my song. I'll tell you a little story, it won't take very long. It happened far away from here, I don't know when it began, but it was back when there were kings and queens and castles in the land. Now there lived a duke and a duchess, in all they had no lack. From the food upon their tables to the satin on their backs, they feasted friends at parties, lived a life of ease, sang and danced the time away, did the things they pleased. But all around the castle walls, the people of the land were crying out in poverty for just a helping hand, with rags around their shoulders, rags around their feet, asking once before they died just to have enough to eat. The king, he was a righteous man, and when he heard this news, he sent his servant to the duke to warn him of the dues of disobeying the laws he'd enacted for the poor. But the duke and duchess laughed at him and threw him out the door. The king, he rose in anger, he armed his troops for war. He laid siege to their castle and battered down the door. He killed the ones who resisted him, and the rest were left to stand or fall upon the mercy of the people of the land. From Miami to Seattle, everyone can eat his fill. From LA up to Boston, they're dressing fit to kill. The walls are made of money now, and armies guard the door, and we still ignore the warnings while we grab for more and more. And all around the castle walls, the starving millions stand. They cry out for a piece of bread and die with empty hands, while the people at the party keep pretending no one's there. But high above, the King of Kings hears every little prayer. His judgment hasn't fallen yet, but there's not a day to spare. The storm's already gathering, the tension's in the air. There's no time for excuses, barely time to turn around and beg the Lord's forgiveness with our knees upon the ground. Now my story's over, the time for deeds is here. We can serve the Lord for love, or we can serve the Lord for fear. But refusing his command is not a choice we ought to bear. While the people Jesus died to save die when we don't care.